Alejandro Garnacho has gone ahead and really met Erik ten Hag expectations, especially in the game that he played today. Though he had already met the others in the previous games, but this was an assignment that he had to prove to the manager that he passes it, to see to it that he finds himself in the starting games of Manchester United more and more and more. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Rokan David is my name. Marcus Rashford and Erik ten Hag have gone ahead to get their nominations for the best player and manager of the Premier League for the month of February. We are going to break them down and let you know who are they nominated alongside. That's it. So don't forget to subscribe and let's get this rolling as we talk about Weghorst, Garnacho, Erik ten Hag and Marcus Rashford. Don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 12,000 subscribers, and it's you who are really going to make us hit this milestone, because in you we trust. That's it, because God we trust first, and then in you we trust second. Now, today comes in after United went through to the sixth round of the FA Cup. That is the quarterfinal stage. Obviously, we are going to play against Fulham again at Old Trafford. So it shows you that very many things are really coming towards us, and we are really enjoying this beautiful game of football. But as we went in through, appreciations have come in through for the manager of Manchester United, known as Erik ten Hag. And guess what? He has been nominated alongside Antonio Conte, Marco Silva as the competitors or the candidates available to win the Manager of the Month award for February by the Premier League. And obviously, this is really going to be so tight, but I believe no one has gone ahead to have a month of February like Erik ten Hag. He hasn't lost a single game. He has won all of them. He has won, he won 3 and drew 1. The first game was against Crystal Palace. He won it by 2-1. Remember, we even had a red card. Then Leeds came to Old Trafford. It ended 2-2. We went away at Leeds. We won by 2-0. Leicester came to Old Trafford. We beat them by 3-0. Obviously, that is the manager, Erik ten Hag. And I believe they might want to give it to Antonio Conte because he is really coming in from the surgery of the gallbladder. But I believe if it's going to be factual, it's supposed to go to Erik ten Hag, because no team has really put up a performance like that of Erik ten Hag in the month of February. When you look at Spurs, let me have a look at Spurs and see whether they really deserve to be in the same ilk with our manager Erik ten Hag. When you look at Spurs in the month of February, they had the following results. They beat West Ham, that's it, by 2-0. That is the month of February. They beat Man City by 1-0. They were beaten by Leicester by 4-1. That means they lost one game. Then they beat West Ham and Chelsea. You get? So for them, they lost one game, and Erik ten Hag never even lost a game. So I believe this deserves to go to Erik ten Hag. It deserves to go to Erik ten Hag, and it will be his second Premier League Player of the Month award. And remember, the first time he won it, even Marcus Rashford went ahead to win alongside him. That is it. So the next time Marcus Rashford won it, Erik ten Hag was not part of it. But this time round, they've been both nominated, and let's go to see the players of the month of February nominated. Marcus Rashford has been nominated alongside Garnacho, Leicester City, Bernard Leno, Emerson Royal, Solomon, and Watkins. And how can't you give Marcus Rashford this award when he had close to 5 goals in the month of February? He opened up the month by scoring against Crystal Palace. He scored against Leeds at Old Trafford. He scored against Leeds away at Elland Road. And obviously, he scored a brace against Crystal Palace. And his goals were really important, especially the goals he scored against Leeds. The first one he scores against Leeds at Old Trafford, it brings back into the game. The other one, he scores at Leeds, it gives us the lead in the 80th minute. Against Crystal Palace, he scores the first one and second one. So all the goals he scored, sorry, against Leicester City, he scores the first one and second one. It shows you how important all the goals he scored were for the club of Manchester United, and I believe no player is going to come close to him. I see Ten Hag and Rashford lifting these awards again as they did in the month of, I think, it was September. Right, it was September. So I believe they are going to go all out and really clinch these awards. So let's wait and see how that's going to go on. But I see all these 2 awards coming to Old Trafford. Now, Erik Ten Hag has gone ahead to prove to us that he's one of those managers that are good at really managing young talent. And before Garnacho had that display, at Old Trafford yesterday, he had a chat with the manager that we never knew about until the match came to an end, and the manager revealed what exactly happened in between him and the youngster. This is what he told him at first. He told him before the game, you showed you could make an impact as a substitute. Now you have to show it as a starter, and he did that tonight. That is what Ten Hag really said or told Garnacho. That's why I've told you that Garnacho meets Ten Hag's expectations. Garnacho understood the assignment of the night. You get? The goals and targets were set, and it was like a test that was supposed to pass, and he passed it. He passed the test. Why? He told him, one thing you've proved me that you are good at, every time you come off the bench, you've gone ahead to come up and really change these games against Barcelona, against Man City, and very many other teams, Leicester City, name it. You've been one of those players that have been so much impactful off the bench. Now, we are taking this to the next level. And what is that next level? The next level is all about you coming in through and playing 90 minutes and being a good starter. We need you to go ahead and really start playing well in the first half, even in the second half. He had the first half was really fair according to me, but he just lacked decision making. Decision making was his problem. But later he grew into the game in the second half and he found himself on target. That is Alejandro Garnacho for you, meaning that Ten Hag is looking at him as one of those players that should start games because he believes that this guy is not even a generational talent, but he's just a talent that is really unrare. That is Ten Hag about Alejandro Garnacho. Then he said, it's a skill so specific that there are so many players in the world who cannot take players on all capable. They just go play, just outplay and out-dribble them. And that skill he has, but he has more skills than only that. For example, finishing. By the way, let's talk about the finishing of Alejandro Garnacho. You know, previously, he has been one of those players that has been missing out on chances like those that have been created to him. But this time around, his execution is really out of this world. And one of those players you would love to point on when a chance like a keeper to beat now is available in the box. He showed it to us yesterday that he's really great and is improving on his shooting skills. I think that is one of the things that Erik Ten Hag is taking him through a lot at Carrington, especially through the forward coach, that is Benedict McCarthy. Then again, Ten Hag threw another comment to the teenager. This is one of the skills, but definitely it's a great skill when you're fearless, when you are brave. So, Ten Hag has confirmed to us that Garnacho is fearless, he's brave, he's not afraid of taking on any player. You saw him into that physical battle with Johnson, but in the first half, Johnson looked like he had won it. But this time around in the second half, you saw how Garnacho took him on. He even had to make a half turn on the ball to go past Johnson, and Johnson got hold of his shot. I don't know whether I remember that moment, but it's not done out of his skill. It's done out of his brevity. He's a very brave person, young but brave, and he's here to take the world to the next level and Manchester United. That is Alejandro Garnacho. And I was so much surprised that on that occasion, Johnson was not given a yellow card. Yet for Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire, they only required to do one foul equivalent to what Johnson did, and the referee gave them yellow cards. Garnacho, had he gone past that player, he would have found himself in a position of of even scoring or creating a chance, but the referee never touched the back of his pocket to flash a yellow card to this gentleman. Still talking about Garnacho, Ten Hag has thrown in another comment, all hail. I see he has big energy, he's fast, he has speed, but he can keep running for 90 minutes, for 120. It doesn't matter how long, he can do it. Obviously, Ten Hag is grooming another Ballon d'Or winner, another GOAT of the game, because these are some of the qualities you need to have if at all you're going to be the GOAT. You need to be brave, you need to be fearless, you need to be playing 90 minutes, 120 minutes, and you need to be looking the same even in the 90th minute of the game. And that's what Garnacho was. He never stopped running in the game of West Ham, and he really won us that beautiful game of football. Now, after Garnacho, we all knew what he did. Let's talk about this man, Weghorst. Ten Hag is really one of those that I've gone ahead to throw comments to the player. He said he was one of the best players in the field of play yesterday, and he said I think he understands positioning in and out of possession, and he's doing a good job for the team. Of course, goals will come. I have that experience with so many players. I refer often to Rashford at the start of the season, and he's right about that. Then he went ahead to say that it's not supposed to be this Garnacho. It's supposed to be all right. Then he said Weghorst also did not score. Rashford also didn't score in every game, but I know in my experience that it will come once Weghorst has settled more down. Of course, he's had a lot of games, but not in a long period. The routines will be there, and after the first goal, more will come. That is Eric Ten Hag for you about Weghorst. But if at all you remember with Weghorst yesterday, he was one of the... By the way, for the very first time, I gave Weghorst an 8 out of 10 in my player ratings. That's it. The best rating I got, I think, was like 7 or 7.5. But yesterday, he deserved an 8. He was excellent. He was magnificent. He was superb. In all the 3 goals we score, Weghorst had a hand. You get? And what best way to appreciate a player like that? And his positioning. When we are out of possession and we are really having possession, is making the players around him look better. To me, I prefer a number 9 like Weghorst to come in through and make players around him better to score goals. I prefer that, other than having a number 9 like Ronaldo, who was not making others better, but making them look bad because he never even scored the chances they created for him. And that sends a belief in me that Ten Hag is really an elite manager. Imagine him having a fully fit Anton Martial leading the line. Imagine him having an Osman. Imagine him having an Benjamin Šeško, Goncalo Ramos, Dusan Vlahovic. Yet, the caliber of those players. Get? So, it comes to my understanding that Weghorst is really a very good player, and he has proven to the manager that I'm really good. This season, he has scored 1 goal, 3 assists. 1 assist in the game of Leeds, 1 assist in the game of Newcastle, that was the Carabao Cup final, and yesterday he had another assist onto his name. That is Wout Weghorst. And I think yesterday he went ahead to really shush the mouths of very many United fans who have always been going up for him. For me, I've always seen a player in him that is really impactful, and to me, I've always called for more chances to be created for him, and obviously he will go ahead and really score those goals. So he's not scoring goals, but he's putting up assists, and an assist is almost a goal. And you might find him giving us close to 10 assists at the end of the season, and I think that performance would really tempt Eric Ten Hag to keep him as his 3rd striker at the club of Manchester United. So guys, your thoughts on Garnacho meeting Eric Ten Hag expectations are welcome in the comment section below. Marcus Rashford, Eric Ten Hag nominated for the player and manager of the month of February respectively. That is for the month of February. And what are your thoughts about Weghorst? Because the man is defying all odds and is sitting down all the haters and the fans of United that really went hard onto him. Rock and David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the Almighty bless you abundantly. Bye bye for now.